Hello, welcome to Artisan Quick Tips with Jennifer. I'm Jennifer Wise, and I'm going to show you a feature that's one of my favorites to use in my own digital scrapbooking. It's called a drop shadow, and Artisan also has something similar called glow. So I'm going to show you both. Artisan digital scrapbooking is pretty great, and if you don't know anything about it, here are a few fast facts. If you would just pause this recording to read it over and then join me again. At the bottom there, you will see my website where you can buy Artisan and my email address if you have any questions about it. Okay, so over to Artisan. Now I'm going to show you drop shadow in 3 different ways, and then I'll show you glow as well. So right over here at the right, I picked this little, actually, I just got this yesterday and I thought it was cool. So when you are a forever ambassador like I am, you work as a business and you share it with people. You get this free art collection for Artisan, which has just some of the cutest, funnest, most interesting little things in here. So anyway, I'm going to use those because I want to, and I became an ambassador this month, so I got promoted. So all right, so here we go. I'm going to drag this over, and now I'm going to show you how to add a drop shadow behind it. So it's, lovely like it is. Let's do another one here too. Okay, fine, good. And I purposely chose a little bit of a lighter background here just so you can see exactly what drop shadow does. So we click on the item that you want to put a shadow behind, and then we come up here to all these choices, all these many choices, and we click format. So if you come over here, you can see where my mouse is. There are a few different options for drop shadows. You can see light, heavy, custom, and then glow, which I'll talk about at the end of this video. So I can choose a light drop shadow or a heavy one. We'll start with that. While I click this, I want you to watch the ambassador, the forever ambassador image right here. Okay, so I'm going to click light, and you can see that there's a little bit of a shadow behind there, not a lot. Now I'm going to click heavy. There, now there's a heavier shadow behind it. Let's try it with this one. Heavy. There we go. Now you see just a little bit of a shadow behind it. Let's do it with one more item. A video cassette. All right, heavy. So keep your eye on the tape. All right, the VHS tape. Heavy. So you see there was a little bit of a shadow. You can see that it just gives it a little bit of depth and interest, which I find cool. So that's how you make just sort of a basic, quick shadow behind something. Now it may happen to you like it happened to me, where I was going along making some pages. Oh, it's going to ask me to save it here. I was going along making some pages, and I used a really neat feature, which you can find another Artisan quick tip about, which is that you can make, you can copy a page, but you can make a mirror image of it so that the two facing sides are, mirror images. So I did this, this page for you to show you. So I've got one background, another paper that I've kind of put over to the side, and then another one. And you can see right here, I've got some drop shadows. If I zoom in a little bit, this one shows a pretty heavy drop shadow. It's easy to see on this one. This one's got a drop shadow, and then this one's got a shadow behind it as well. So I've got 2 papers with a shadow and 1 element or embellishment with a shadow. So when and the shadows always go over to the right. They're just a little, scooted over to the right. So when I click here and I insert a mirror image of the page, it's going to, flip it over for me. Takes just a minute. But when it does, the shadows now, this one kept the shadow, but my papers, now the shadow is way out here on the other end of my papers because I didn't crop my papers or anything. So now what I need to do is adjust that shadow so that I get my shadow back, basically, because I want the shadow on the other side now. Okay, so what I do Actually, let me move this a little bit. So what I do is I'm going to click, maybe I'll try the plaid one first. So I click the element that I want to adjust, and it already has a heavy drop shadow on it, but I just can't see it. So what I really want to do is click custom. When I click custom, it gives me all these details, which direction you want it to go, the depth, the softness, the density, etc. So one of the things that you can do is switch the direction. You can come down here, click and drag. So rather than 45 degrees, I kind of want the opposite of 45 degrees, right? So let's try. There we go. And click OK. Now you can see when I did that, the shadow came back. Can you see it right there? So that's a great way of adjusting here. That's a great way of adjusting your shadow if you flip it around and it's not where you want it to be. That custom is a really good way to do that. And you can, of course, you saw that whole menu there. Let me click it again. When you click custom, you can adjust the depth and all these other things as well. So great tool there. All right, last thing I want to show you is glow. So let's say you don't necessarily want, I'll go back to that other page. Let's say you don't necessarily want a drop shadow. You just want the whole thing to kind of, glow. So we'll come back to content. Let me grab something else down here. Let's do a forever box. Okay. So I've got my little forever box here for digitizing services. And let's add a glow to it. Not just a drop shadow, or not a drop shadow, but an actual glow that will kind of be a drop shadow around the whole thing instead of just one side. All right. So we click the element, of course, and then rather up here again in the format tab, the ribbon underneath it, you'll go over to the right. Rather than light or heavy or custom, click and glow. So I'm going to click it, and I want you to keep your eyes here on the forever box while I click glow. Okay, so now I come over here and I can choose what kind of color I want. There are several colors to choose from. And if I like one of those colors, I can just keep it, right? So let's say I want a yellow glow. You can look at the forever box now and you can see a little bit of a yellow glow around it. Or I can make it even bigger, a bigger glow around it. If there are colors here that I want, I can use that, right? There's a little orange one. But if I just want sort of your standard, drop shadow gray looking thing, I choose one of these first. I choose which, do I want a little tiny glow? Do I want a really fat glow? What do I want? And then after I choose that, I can come down and select a color. So if I just want sort of a standard, let's just do a gray, kind of to make it, maybe make it a little thicker. I decided if I made it thicker, you could see it better. Okay, so see, there it is. So now I have selected this sort of just light gray that makes it stand out just a little bit around the whole. The glow makes it go around the whole item instead of just like we did here with this. The drop shadow is just around, the right lower edge. So anyway, that's drop shadow and glow in Artisan. I think they're really fun because you can give some depth, like I said before, and kind of just make things pop a little bit and make them stand out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it by giving it a thumbs up. That helps other people be able to find it better on YouTube. And for more videos, please subscribe to the channel. We'll have more Artisan quick tip videos, but also some photo organization and all sorts of memory keeping videos. Thank you.